if you have the right mindset, and if you keep the right mindset, you can heal quickly. Like, our bodies are created in a way where if you're going to sit in your house and think about the flu and think about COVID and think about gaining weight, you could eat nothing, and I believe you'd probably gain some weight.
The go-to mentality is real. We did when we were kids. Growing up in Pennsylvania, we have snow for half the year and it's cold. You know, sometimes we weren't the smartest kids, so we go to school without a hoodie. But if we had to walk home in a t-shirt, you told yourself, no, I'm not cold, I'm not cold. It's the same concept. Yeah. And I did. Since the second I got hit by the car, you know, called go-to mentality, I told myself, nope, I'm fine. I'll get up and I'll walk and I'll be fine here soon. You can apply that to everyday life and everything, and just set your goals, set your path, and take it on.
All right, the Goated podcast is back. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for being here again. We have a very special guest today. We have the greatest club fitter, club mastermind of all time. Our very own Slingy Strez is in the building. And the first time ever he's on the podcast as a Goated team family member. He was on the podcast, if you remember, when it was just audio. Shout out to the people that know those past times. We've upgraded the podcast quality. We've upgraded the podcast rooms, our business, and significantly have upgraded our clubs because of this guy. So pumped to have him on as a Goated family member. Last time he was on, he was not part of the Goated family technically, or part of the team. And the last year and a half has been a game changer for us. So pumped to have him today.
So it's been a year and a half?
I think so.
Year and a half, yeah. That was when I was with Cobra. I was a club technician.
Yeah.
And came down to play golf with you and probably beat you.
Definitely. No. At the time, for
but
sure.
It feels like a year and a half flew by, for sure. It doesn't feel like it's been that long.
Florida does that to people. Florida just forget.
That and burns you.
Yeah, and there's no seasons. So honestly, you can't.
No snow.
Yeah, you can't really frame of. You have no reference because it's just all hot.
It's just all summer compared to Pennsylvania. Yeah, no snow, nothing.
The clubs, like I said, have been. I mean, you've been a huge blessing to my family, to the business, all across the board. Your better half, Mrs. Slingy Strez, Ashton Strez.
Yes, my better half
family.
Sure.
The blessing has been so great for my family, and we're going to talk about the clubs, but the business as well. So the business, when Slingy joined, we had 2 putter molds that I crafted up, Chris and I crafted up, and they were great. They were performing, but not even. I had no idea what I was about to learn when I met Slingy, and a lot of you listening have probably had the same experience. So he knows a ton about clubs. You'll have to, in the comments for this video, put questions that I'll ask him, because we're going to do updates like this once a month probably, or once every 2 months. So we'll have Slingy on. We'll answer questions. We got live streams. You guys know where to find us, social media and everything. But I want to talk about the clubs first. So the clubs, the putters. Right now, and I won't even speak because luckily I've been able to disconnect from it and let the experts like you do it. Yeah. So what clubs, what's changed since you started?
So from the beginning, you had your 2 your 2 basic, the mallet, the blade, and the blade had a little bit much offset, was a little bigger. We've been through, I think, 2 different generations of it now. The mallet's a little, close to the same, the blade less offset. And we changed the milling, and now we're getting into the heads with the weights in them. And the mallet, I think, is awesome.
Yeah.
We're now in the prototype stage of the blade, but I like it. We have small little changes for that, and then that'll be here. And now we're moving into the lie angle balance putter with the center shaft in the center of gravity. That's huge. You've been rolling that a little bit. Marco loves that. Mm-hmm. And then the wedges. We've come a long way on the wedges.
Yes.
Since the first generation of wedges, we've made the hosel a lot longer to move the center of gravity forward and higher for better flights. So tons of stuff.
Yeah. No, and we've got the milling is a significant change. I didn't realize. I knew that we weren't as deep as we could be, but I was also nervous to go deeper without really knowing the science behind it with the milling. And the design of the milling, everything on all molds. Every putter now, we've got no complaints through tour, people we've talked to and which is amazing. And we didn't have many at the beginning, maybe because they were trying to be nice.
Right.
But man, the stuff you've added to our hard goods has been amazing. And we have a mini driver coming.
The mini driver, it'll be 13 degrees. That is still in the prototype stage as well, but I think that's going to be awesome. We got our flashy colors that we always have. We have the other wedges coming, 55 degree, like a burnt wedge. So that's going to be nice. Just moving through the stages of all of it, getting better and looking better as well. A lot of the stuff is at address, a lot of it's performance, and the Samson shafts have been huge. Those are amazing. We've tested over and over again, and statistically, it's still the tightest tolerance and torque that I've seen on any shaft.
The Samson
so
shafts.
That's a game changer. Not only does it make it look cool and flashy, but performance as well.
Yeah, the Samson shaft. So the Samson shaft, strongest character in the Bible, was awesome. We both kind of landed on that quickly. And then you designed, it's amazing because I joke about, and I've talked on other podcasts about like not sleeping, goats don't sleep. But it's been a blessing to see. I'll wake up, even when I go to sleep 2 or 3 in the morning, you're still going and creating stuff. And one of those nights you had the Samson shafts, and I had no idea. I always played whatever you told me as soon as you moved here. But the ability for a Samson or for a strong shaft, zero torque shaft, to turn the whole club face into a sweet spot, really, or to control the line. Talk about that, because I had no idea, and I bet people listening why a stability shaft's important.
With the regular steel shaft, and this is the best way I can explain it, to create a picture. I've seen this testing. I've done this testing. Have a robot, and you have 2 of the same exact putters. You have one with a regular steel shaft, one with, like our Samson shaft. 10 feet away, with the same exact putter head, one with steel, one with Samson. You go 10 millimeters out of the toe. Just from 10 feet away, in that steel shaft, you can miss an inch to the right, if you go 10 millimeters out of the toe. That Samson shaft isn't going to miss right. It's going to go straight down the center. So everybody thinks that they're going to strike their putter perfectly, just like they think they can strike their irons perfectly. And nobody out there, except for the guys on tour, are 100% of the time.
And me. And both of us.
So if you can protect that whole entire face, it turns these amateur golfers' short game just tighter tolerances and more consistent putts, which is the key.
Makes sense. I had no idea on it, and the Samson shaft has kind of proven that for us. We had a couple guys testing on the tour and tour bags and tour fitters, and we're fascinated by it. And then they tested the strength, and it's statistically, forgive my lisp, statistically the strongest.
Lowest torque
shaft.
So we're under a full degree of torque, sitting at exactly 0.0 or 0.6, which is incredible, and it gives you that blend of feel, like I said, look and performance, which is what you want. You can get all the performance in the world, but if it doesn't feel great, if you can't feel where you're missing still, because that's the key, having the tight tolerance, the low torque, and still knowing where you're striking the ball. If you don't know where you're striking the ball, you're just going to get worse and worse. Luckily the shaft will protect you, but you kind of need the blend of everything.
Yeah.
Look, feel, performance, and the Samson shaft for sure does that. The feedback on it's been awesome. Everybody that we've built them for, even builds them themselves.
And we have like 20 colors or 30 colors.
Yeah, and more coming.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the complaint I had when I found out about stability shafts, or any shaft that was a zero torque, was there's like 2 colors. There's a jet black or a white or whatever, or they have flowers all over it or whatever it is that are hard to match. So we're changing the game there, and that's credit to you. God leading us and God bringing us together has been the real goat. But I'm pumped that you have those, and I would imagine when we met and when we talked, a lot of people are going to sprint to that other episode. If you don't sprint to that other episode after this and listen and see the change and like how much he benefited joining us as a staff, the customization has completely changed, but the performance and the opportunities with our clubs, and then being the strongest and the greatest, like we've talked about, and you've really hammered down for us, is you can't be called goated unless you have the greatest clubs, the greatest milling, the greatest shaft, greatest grip, and you did the grips too, actually.
Yes, the counterbalance grips. So you know the stock ones that we have on our putters have the magnetic ball marker. I figured we kind of needed something different, something for fittings and dialing in swing weights, things like that, because handing these putters to people, you get mixed reviews. Not in the sense of bad or good, but in the sense of, oh, this feels heavy, or this is perfect in weight, different things like that. So the counterbalance allows us to adjust swing weight, total weight, and trick the player's mind a little bit into what they're feeling, which is a good thing because that allows them to either forward press when they need to or not. Or
be comfortable.
Yeah, be comfortable and feel good with what they're playing with.
It's huge. The weighted grips, I know you always rocked with those.
Yeah.
I loved them when I would try your putter, Gamer, and from the beginning you were like, okay, we're almost there, and to complete what I really like and what you really like has proven thousands. We've had 80,000 customers that have probably come through with a build of yours or asking you for advice, maybe not a build entirely, but haven't had a single return, or anyone, which is crazy, anyone in a year and a half go, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah. And there's people saying that about every fitter, every person out there, like, he's not for me. So that's a huge credit to you.
Unfortunately, that's part of the job, because everybody also thinks that you come to somebody like me that's been a club technician or a fitter, and they just sprinkle some magic dust on your golf clubs and it happens. Sometimes, yes, it does work like that, absolutely, but 99.9% of the time it's not. It's time, it's effort from the player, and the best that I can do is put what I know is going to help you into your hands and make sure that you practice with it, work with it, and do your job. So there's always two sides to fitting, the fitter and the player, and both sides are equally important.
It's huge. The last thing on fitting side, because this blew my mind when we started to get to know you and started to let you cook, I call it, right? The ball fitting. So ball fitting, you said, is one of the most important things ever. I hear John Daly say the grip fitting is one of the most important things ever. And I learned a ton from you on both of those. The grip, I was playing the wrong grips. It's hard to turn the ball over. I didn't realize that a grip change could cause you to have your miss, right? It could be just a grip thing. So if you want to talk about those two things, and maybe if your opinions change on what the most important fitting is, or...
Still in my mind, it's the golf ball. It's the only piece of equipment that you're going to use on every single shot. Like you hear people say with the putter, you use it the most, but the most used piece of equipment is the golf ball. It matters how it flies, how it rolls, everything. A lot of people skip over that. A golf ball fitting can dial in and locate your biggest errors and your most consistent points too. So whenever you're in a count of launch, spin, ball speed, everything, and it's not something that you should just do once. Whenever ball fitting is something you should do
a couple times a year.
Yeah, every 6 months, I would say, because as a golf player, this as a golfer, your swing changes. Yeah. Your attitude changes, everything. Yep. You might, after 6 months, have a more downward attack angle or more spin if you changed irons.
I get stronger like every couple days.
So,
strength.
Yeah, strength. But yeah, every 6 months, I recommend doing a golf ball fitting. It's the most looked over part of the game when it shouldn't be, because it's the most used piece of equipment in the bag, and it's important. And then grips is another thing. Grips it's not as I don't want to say not as important, because it's important, but just like with you, I noticed a lot of times in fittings, everybody wanted these big grips because it felt good in their hand and they could control the club. But then there's times where you can't turn it over as much. Think about it. If you have a huge steering wheel, it takes you a lot longer to turn that steering wheel to start turning right as if you have a smaller. Same thing with a grip. You have a jumbo size grip on there, you might not be able to turn that driver head over as fast, or as close as fast to close a point of impact as you want to. So smaller grips sometimes can help people turn it over, and vice versa. So fitting isn't everything, but it's a lot of the game that people skip over. Yeah. Being comfortable is just as important too.
It's huge. No, that's all of that still. It actually, while you were saying that, I'm like, I need to get out of here and go get a ball fitting. I don't think I'm playing the right ball.
I need to do one for myself as well.
The simulators we both are pumped for, but we'll have the Goated Clubhouse open soon, a month or two, we're hoping, before the end of the year for sure. And gold members will get access to that, and then luckily we'll have the key to that. So we'll be able to do some virtual fittings and stuff. So also I'll say too, if you haven't seen, I mean, we got hats. This Florida hat is amazing. Slingy is responsible for those. So you'll see a lot of our team wearing Mornings with Marco, wearing these custom hats. He's also got, and he's the head of our Goated Customs. So he's been doing some sick stuff. He's got a backpack. He's got bags he's created for people. Yeah. So get in with Slingy. He's got a full phone, but follow him on Instagram, follow Goated Customs, and stay near wherever he goes and what he's doing with us, because you can get some sick stuff. A lot of you guys listening have better stuff than I do, and you deserve it because you're the customers. But so he's the thank for that. A lot of people comment like, where'd they get that hat? And I'm like, that's a one of one. That's a Slingy creation.
I love it. I love the one of ones.
It's huge. And then so in the Goated world, we talk about Goated mentality a lot. So Slingy, if you followed Slingy, which a lot of you have, and have seen him, he was the late night show when he was in Pennsylvania. Yep. And still kind of is for Goated. He still is for Goated, but he does all times. He's sleeping a lot less, probably the same amount.
Probably a lot less.
He tried to go carnivore. He's tried to be a better person, which I'm so pumped for his choices he's made, and me too. We all have things we're working on. But I told him I was going to ask him today, and he might be a little nervous about that. Just like what it's been to try to be better as we grow up. And you were younger when, I feel like way younger when you met us, but you've made huge strides, and I'm blessed to call you brother and to have someone I always want around me. And at the time, you're a person that everyone wants to be around. It's a curse. It's a curse sometimes, but it's a blessing. It's what God's given us. Yeah. And you have a contagious laugh, contagious humor, and you've used it for good. So I wanted to say that on here. I didn't tell you I was going to say that, but I'm grateful for you, and I love you on that. I wanted you to touch on maybe that journey that it's been.
Yeah, it's been a crazy journey. And I love sharing this with people. A lot of people don't know that coming from Pennsylvania to here, it helped me just as much as I, am claimed to help Goated.
Yeah.
Moving my family down here, my son, my girlfriend, it's changed all of us. You guys have helped us get back closer with God and improving ourselves. Just the everyday grind puts in a schedule for me and gives me a reason to get better. But moving from Pennsylvania changed me a lot because, like I said, the first off, the routine, it gave me a mission, and the most important part for me is it put me around people that cared and wanted to see me do better, and that's meant so much to me, my son, everybody, and it's been great, and awesome. It's there's only more work to do, but it's getting better.
It's awesome. No, you took a big risk, and I know there's been times where, like brothers, we never really, actually my brothers and I fought way more. We don't really fight. We have a great time. But just the risk that you took and the courage that you and Ariel had to do it. And I was praying constantly. We all prayed about it, obviously. And it was a trial run at first, and we were kind of just make sure it worked. Yep. And I hope it lasts forever, of course. And we wouldn't be where we're at. And you've impacted all of us because seeing that, like our followers, and you've impacted our staff too, to go, man, he's making a change, and he's still the funny guy. He doesn't drink as much as he used to. He doesn't do this, and it motivated me to stop doing those things that in my life were going, man, get some extra sleep. We got a mission. We got the Goated clubs coming in tomorrow, and beyond that, just the shipments are way more fun to receive because they're cool stuff. It's way cooler stuff that we got. I built my own putter the other day, and I went back towards your station and stood on the customer side, and I'm like, the options we have are insane. I'm picking the ferrule, the paint fill.
It's a playground.
It's amazing.
There's been a couple guys recently coming in, it's awesome to have guys come into the shop, and they're just going, what can I do? And me and your brother Kyle were standing back there, and we kind of looked at each other and we're like, actually, like anything.
Yeah.
You can do anything. Which head do you have? And we helped him lay out some options, and just the amount of options we have to put a putter together is insane, which is what you want. The customization, like I said, you got to look cool. It's got to feel good. Got to perform. So the options is endless.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's getting better too, because we got more stuff coming.
Yep.
It's awesome. So last time we talked, I can't remember. I know Tom Brady's the GOAT. We all know that. I shouldn't have taken that from you, but GOATs in your life. Who's the greatest of all time still? Is it still Tom Brady, and who are some other ones? And then you follow UFC more than most of our staff. We all lean on you for Saturday night picks and who's going to win.
Yeah,
but
I do like UFC. Tom Brady is my first. He's my number one GOAT. He's the man. And then I do acknowledge Michael Jordan is the basketball GOAT.
There you go. Nice.
UFC, for me, it's John Jones. But if you want to talk current, Alex Pereira is on a heater right now. So those are some of my GOATs. And then this is a really weird one. We went over this last time I was on the podcast. But my GOAT in golf is Dustin Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
The heater that he went on about 3 years ago, it was the most dominant golf I have ever watched. I didn't watch golf through the Tiger era, and I know that he was crazy, but I didn't really see all that. So for me, watching it, Dustin Johnson is a dog.
We lost half the listeners on golf listeners there. No,
I think that's what you said last time.
Did I say that? I've got to meet him. He's great. I think we both got to spend some time. We actually had the Aces. We got to spend time at the Aces booth.
Yeah.
With Paulina Gretzky, whose dad is a GOAT.
Yeah.
Wayne Gretzky.
Yep.
But yeah, his brother was great to us, and he's a good dude. He's on a little bit of he's basically retired golfing right now.
Yeah,
he's fishing.
He's fishing and collecting bags at lift. So.
Yeah, but he had a dominant run. He's definitely a stud. His swing, they've always said one of the better swings in the bag.
Yeah.
The golf game is insane. We didn't talk about this as much last time, but we're in a stage right now, and the golf season's kind of on a little break. A couple weeks they pick up some smaller events, but we got to go to some live events.
Yeah.
We got to go to 2.
You live Miami.
Live Miami.
And I think that was it.
We'll go to some more this year. Unfortunately, the majors. Well, no, there was only one guy on the Ryder Cup, right? Bryson. That's in live.
Yeah.
So live seems to be right now a little bit falling off. Hopefully they have some strategy. John Rahm was phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Not in the Ryder Cup maybe as much, but what do you think? Like, what do you like? Did you like to watch live when we went to that?
Yeah. So at first, whenever they did this split and live became a thing, I was more excited about it than most. And now I'm starting to see why everybody wasn't, because it does just drag these guys away from each other. What we want at the professional level in any sport is the best playing the best. So with the live and PGA splitting up, it does feel like we're missing a little bit of that. But then on the flip side, it makes these majors more important again, because then they're all coming back together to play in these majors, and it's the first time in a while that we get to see them back together and competing. So I have mixed reviews on it, and I'm still kind of waiting. I know we had heard that they might be merging together again, or allowing world points and stuff like that from live. So I flip-flop on it.
Yeah. I hope they have some plan or merger, which we all do. I think every golf fan.
Yeah, at this point, you want to see them back together and the best competing with the best again.
So we joke about, like, Slingy is one of the greater simulator players I've ever seen. I am one of the worst simulator players that can play golf. I don't know what it is. I can't visualize the simulator. I can't commit. I don't know. And inside that box. And I say that to say TGL, it's not a box, but it's simulator golf.
Right.
We both tried to watch it. I didn't really get your take on it.
It's hard to watch. Season. I mean, that's the only problem. I can imagine being there is amazing. You see the clips and the social media highlights from the TGL, but watching at home, it's a little boring. But I personally do love playing simulator golf. I love being able to see the numbers while I play. And for me, I shape a couple shots and I know exactly what I'm doing. I get to see my spin rate. how I'm releasing the club. So it helps me then translate it to the course and know, okay, if I do this, this is going to happen. If I do this, this won't happen. So I love simulator golf, and I played on the SGT tour for a while, and I loved that. But TGL, I think just a couple tweaks and they can get it rolling. It's a good concept.
Yeah, we'll go to one. It's right across the alley. We got invited a couple times. We were just busy last year.
Yeah.
But it looks like a fun environment.
It like in person, it looks amazing. All the seating and stuff with the greens and the sand around the green that moves. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah. I heard somebody compare it to, and I don't know if I told you this. So I heard someone say, I think it was Bob Kepka. I think he said it's cool because there are complaints of when you ask your wife or girlfriend to, when men ask their wife or girlfriend to watch golf, or a new friend to watch golf that's never watched golf,
right?
And you watch golf on TV, you watch Tony Finau if you like Tony Finau, and you might not see him but every 40 minutes because it takes time in between every shot.
Yep.
Where if you really like Tony Finau and he's on TGL, you get to watch him hit the first shot, 5 minutes later the next shot, the next shot, the next shot.
Yeah.
And you get to see him, what he's doing in between shots too. I never heard it like that. So that makes me a little bit more understanding of the simulator.
Yeah, and especially if they can get some more of these guys playing. And it's the same kind of thing we were talking about with Liv and PGA. I want the best of the best to play.
Yeah.
I want to see Bryson crush a ball into the simulator screen.
Yeah.
I want to see John Rahm out of the bunker, in a human-made green and sand and all of that. So, like I said, a little bit of tweaks, and we get these golfers back together doing all of this, and the golf world is just going to take off even more, in my opinion.
So true. Golf is in the break right now that I said. We've got football in full swing. And hockey's back. So we got to go to the Stanley Cup, and I've converted Slingy, probably most importantly, to a Panthers fan. We got to go to both Game 7s.
Yep.
Both Stanley Cup championships. The second one went to Game 6. And we both have become huge hockey fans, and we weren't before we met each other, really.
Right.
Credit to Johnny and Chris, of course, the DC boys that got us into hockey. But the rules seem to be so much better than most other professional sports.
Hockey is by far the most entertaining sport to watch. And I was not a huge hockey fan before. I'd been to some Penguin games, but there's nothing like a Game 7 in the Stanley Cup Finals. I mean, that was probably the coolest event I've ever been to.
It's awesome.
And just the rules and the relaxedness of the refs, letting them play, everything. Hockey's a real man sport.
Real men.
Yeah.
And those the drama, there's like no drama there. These guys go get stitches and they're back in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, no twist ankles. Oh, I gotta go sit. No, they're out there and skating around and just being menaces. I love it.
It's huge. So talk about the golf industry, because I don't even know. I mean, Goated's always on our mind. We have irons coming out, but since we're not fully into drivers and irons right now, let's talk drivers and irons. Who's dominating the golf space with drivers and irons, or who's performing?
I love talking about this because for a long time, we'll go drivers. For a long time, TaylorMade was the master of the driver. It had the biggest low spin monster ball out of anybody. I say this to you all the time.
Yeah.
The original Sim to me was the best, just longest driver. I don't want to say best because that includes everything, but the longest driver was the original Sim. It was amazing. Everybody loved the Sim 2. The Sim 2 was a great driver. The M2, you see Rory still talk about his M2.
Yeah.
TaylorMade was the king of drivers. And most recently, in my opinion, since they switched to the carbon faces, which myself, I exploded, I'd say 4 of the original Stealth heads and 2 of the Stealth 2s. After that, I took a break and I went to Titleist. So now I would say in the last couple of years with the TSR and the GT, Titleist has the overall best driver I've ever seen. Still to this day, the Sim is the longest. But as far as consistency and spin, ball speeds, and all around, the GT3 has just changed the game for me personally. And I just think it's one of the best drivers. Of course, you always have your ping. It's going to be straight, not too long, straight. Callaway's kind of turning that way, in my opinion. Although the Elite's a great driver. And TaylorMade's getting better with the carbon face. I don't know how long they'll keep that, but the QI35 seems to be better, a little more controllable. But Titleist right now is
Titleist.
king. Yeah.
And irons?
Irons are always, I would say irons are almost a toss-up every year that we get in release season. A couple years back, the TaylorMade P7 MCs, if you're a player towards that player's category, were amazing. And then Titleist dropped T100s. When Titleist dropped T100s, they took over. It's an amazing iron. You can't deny it. And nobody really was catching them, I would say, until these last 2 years. And nobody would guess this because it's not a huge brand you talk about when you're talking about irons.
No.
But Srixon has
yeah.
been amazing. They're a little more low spin, but the V-sole on the Srixon is really what like separates them. So their V-sole is really good for guys with steep attack angles. And I would say the iron is a little bit lower spin, and you know, most amateur golfers think, oh, lower spin better, but not really. Irons, you want a little more spin. So that's the only bit of downfall and criticism I would put on Srixon. But they're the only ones that are right there with the T100s in fighting for top position, in my opinion.
It's good to know. The first Srixon you put us in, we signed with Srixon.
Yeah.
Was great. I love the irons. I'm a nut job. Like
the ZX7s are awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
The golf ball. Now, if you have the goated golf ball, we had 100 boxes, I think, or 200 boxes. They went for $700. A box of them. Someone bought 5 in a box, so whatever. They were flying off the shelf. So we started to slow down on those and kind of hoard some for testing. They're a great golf ball. But what's the greatest golf ball? It's not in production goated yet. But
the golf ball is my favorite piece of equipment to test. I've done countless testings on golf balls. I've stayed up and stayed nights in simulators till 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. testing golf balls. I love it. I love taking the same club and hitting different balls and figuring out different trajectories, spin rates, ball speeds, all of it. So this is a little weird, but not a lot of people will answer this way, but the best golf ball for me, and I've tested it time and time again, has always been the Vice Pro Plus. You see me play with them. I love them.
Stop. Cut.
They have always performed the best for me. Do they last the longest? No. But if you're talking brand new golf ball, performance all around from tee to green, for me, it's a Vice Pro Plus. Of course, nobody's ever going to beat the consistency of Titleist with their Pro V1s, Pro V1X. They're amazing. And I always get the question, if there was one golf ball that you could fit into everybody in the world, what would it be? My answer is always the same: Callaway Chrome Soft. Wow. So you can kind of take all of that and blend it together. There's being a fitter and, somebody likes to critique the numbers. There's not necessarily the best, but
Changes.
there's a best for me. There's a best for somebody out there. But like I said, if I had to fit everybody in the world under one golf ball, it would probably be the Chrome Soft. Chrome Tour. Now they call it Chrome Tour.
Love it. Good to know. Chrome Soft fits over the realm of them, more handicaps. And
it's a soft ball, but it has, a firmer ball's tendencies where you lower, more controlled flight, spin with the wedges and irons, long off the tee. It's
all around.
Yeah, all around great ball.
Love it. I wanted to use the studio time, honestly, transparently, to tell our story about some resale stuff that we've had. And no better time to do it than with you, because we joke about being the GOAT streamer of the building. And we stream. If you're not, it's not a joke. We've had some slingy builds, some GOATed customs that have gone for crazy numbers. Let's brag. So we'll let you.
I'm pretty good at that. I'm pretty good at bragging.
No, I love it.
No. Obviously I love testing everything, but we've gotten in shafts, this and that, and anytime that I can get a mix that I can see in my head, I like to build it, and then we test it, play with it, and then we run it. That's the fun part of what we do. you know, we do get to see a lot and play with a lot of different things that a lot of people can't just go out and have access to. So that's probably my favorite part of the job.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So Slingy invented the phrase, and then we've all stolen it, but other people are stealing it, called a super build. And let the record show he was the first one to ever say it. Or maybe me, whichever. Give one of us credit. Super build Saturdays was one of the things he thought of, and super builds. We had a super build go for what's the highest putter we've sold?
The highest super build that I've had go for was 2250, and it was one of our more rare, I think, blades, and we had built it as a super build through a countercore grip on it, did a couple custom paint lines, and I think 2250's the highest it went for.
Cap. So in a couple months, we'll be able to update. It'll be more than that because he always is trying to top it. We had a couple go for $1,800, $1,900. There are putters out there that I will pay personally $1,000 for that I started with that we tried to hunt down. I literally lost an eBay battle to buy one of our putters back. Our Goat Club, we have people that have a $150,000, $200,000 collection that are Goat Club followers. Shout out to you guys. And we're grateful for it. We're not stopping. We're going to keep going.
Absolutely.
The putter heads, we're going to start getting putter heads in because we have so many customization options.
Yeah.
But the one with the weights
is amazing. It's amazing. The milling, we went deeper with the milling. We changed the milling pattern. And we're going to have options on what weight you want to have in that head, which is huge because we were talking about swing weight, and it just adds to the endless amount of options we have to not only look better, but actually play better.
Yeah. The putter heads with the weights in it, we only have mallet right now, but those have been going for $350 to $400. They will be probably more than that. There was only 100 made. Slingy designed every inch of these things over the last couple months. And then the blades are coming in.
Yeah, the blades. I'm a blade guy, so I'm super excited about the blades. I got, like I said, I call it prototype stage. I have a couple of small changes that we're just kind of working through, but I think that's just going to be as good or if not better. Awesome. Yeah.
And then the 2-iron is almost here, so we'll be able to talk about that in a couple of months. So a lot of people have pre-ordered that. That's on the website. Wedges are getting better. But I wanted to take the time again. I know we already talked about it to kind of talk about Goated and anything that obviously you can dream now as a customer. We can build, and I say we, and we're saying we more, but we've got the club guy to do it. And beyond that, I want to say thank you to you and to the people listening. That obviously none of it's possible. We wouldn't be able to do what we do without the customer purchasing stuff, right? And the customer visiting and then coming back to us for super builds or upgrading their putter and repainting their putter and stuff like that.
The Goat Club members, all of them, they're all, like you said, they're the reason that we can do all this. I love them. I do the streaming, and I love doing the streaming. You know, that was something we even discussed. If I wanted to do more of the building and do the club stuff, I could stop with the stream. But I love spending time with them, and they're the reason we can do all of it. So I love it.
It's awesome. And the private shows for the Goat Club members.
Yep.
We're talking a lot about the Goat Club, which I love. The Goat Club's a pivotal part of our business. Join the Goat Club. It's on the website. It's on the app. But if you're a member of the Goat Club, you're going to get access to private shows at the end of this month.
You also get, you can get the ball fittings, which we talked about, club fitting. Yeah, there's so many perks. There's perks to it.
And once a month you get a build for free. You get the labor. You get a lot of, and most importantly, it's not a joke. You get access to Slingy. So you get some better access to Slingy, which we all don't scoff at, basically, right? We're grateful for it. So check out Goated Golf. Check out the app. Follow Goated Customs. Follow Slingy Strez. We're going to be playing our YouTube. We have some great YouTube videos out there. We're going to get better with those. These episodes are on YouTube as well. But if you want to see Slingy play, he's got some videos on YouTube with us at Goated Golf Official. I unfortunately only post I only post the ones where I beat him.
Let's skip over those. I think we have to take those off. So.
The camera, but he's got an amazing swing and a good game, and he's back on track because right before that's the last thing I was going to talk about is right before he got hit. He got in an accident, which I want him to share about if he's okay with it.
Yeah.
He shot 5 or 6 under at a course we play all the time.
I had 3 rounds in the 60s. I think I went 69, 67, and then 68. And 2 of them were courses I'd never played before. So I was getting right there leading up to the World Am. And I told you I was working and I was going to make sure I was at the top of my game. And then sure enough, I got hit by a car, and it took me back a little bit, but fought through it. And I've just been slowly getting there. I got to play golf a little pretty quickly after.
Yeah.
But I'm just working back from that. I'm not quite 100% yet, but I'm getting there. I've had a couple good rounds at the Ryder Cup. I had a couple decent rounds.
Yeah.
And the other day I went out, shot a decent round, but not quite 100% yet, but I'm getting there.
This he's being humble right now, which is not often. No, I'm kidding. He was moving the golf ball, and I told guys on staff, I'm like, this guy, he's borderline, before he got hit by a car, was borderline like we should sponsor him to get in some events, because you shoot in the 60s that many times. But he's always been good. He scrambles, and we're similar players, although he's got way more agility built for it and better knowledge on the golf game. The accident he was in was a crazy day for all of us, obviously him, most importantly. But he rides an electric bike to work, and he's got a history of motocross, and he's ridden bikes, raced, and so we never really feared that, although I was always praying that he was safe, because we'd leave the office at midnight together or 1 a.m, and I know he's hopping on the bike and I'm driving home. But God protected him for a long time, and still is protecting all of us. But he was hit by a car at the driver's fault, and when our guys got the call, I was on a stream. I was streaming, and I saw them sprint out, and I didn't think anything of it. But
you were on a stream. That's wild.
We were able to pray for you on stream because someone said that happened. I'm like, no way. You were on the way to the office. But the bike was literally in this guy's leg. The handlebars were in his leg. Missed his main artery by a fraction of an inch. Yeah. And he pulled it out like a Vin Diesel movie. Like he's Mission Impossible. Movie. Pulled the handlebars. And we're talking like, what, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah. Yeah, just a little over 3 weeks ago, yeah.
And he's probably golfed 12 rounds since then. Yeah. The doctor that stapled him up, I was in the hospital with him and Ariel, and he was like, you shouldn't be alive, number one.
He said it was a record to the closest he's seen to somebody not dying from. He said it was literally a millimeter away from the main artery in my leg, and it was the record for the most staples, everything. He was like, it's a miracle. But you guys say this, and your brother said this still sticks with me to this day. Obviously, God has a plan for me, because there has been so many incidents and times that I've been, what we call lucky. And so that sticks with me. And I know that I got to keep getting better, keep fighting and doing what I'm doing, and stay on the path I'm on, because I'm meant to be doing it.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing word. That is definitely true. We all know that, everyone listening that. And the staples, I still am getting flashbacks now. And the fact that like the World Am was like 5 days away, you would have definitely won it. I played terrible in it. And you were telling the doctor, you're like, I got a tournament in 5 days. Literally couldn't.
Am I going to make it?
Couldn't walk 32 staples or 40 almost staples.
32, I think.
And now just a champion. And he did say, like, I heal pretty quickly, so you'll be surprised, Doc. Like, I'll get these out quicker than that.
Because I asked him as he's stapling me, I said, do you think I'm going to make the World Am? And like you said, it was like a week or something. And he looks at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, well, like, then we have the Ryder Cup, and I'm going to play in that. He's like, no. Sure enough, though.
And he did.
Yeah, I did.
And shot in the 60s at the Ryder Cup, and I don't want to talk about that. That was disgusting. But just a testament again to the goated mentality. And honestly, like we've talked about, not a ton, but I'm a firm believer that obviously God created us perfectly, wonderfully made. If you have the right mindset, and if you keep the right mindset, you can heal quickly. Like our bodies are created in a way where if you're going to sit in your house and think about the flu and think about COVID and think about gaining weight, you could eat nothing, and I believe you'd probably gain some weight. So
Yeah.
get a better mindset, get a positive mindset. And he said it from the beginning. While he's getting stapled up and under morphine and everything and almost dying, he's going, I heal quickly. God's got me in his mind, and he knows we're praying for him. We prayed for him right away, my dad and I, being there. And I know we know God has a plan. And if today's your last day, we also have that assurance now that God's got us. We'll be in his arms when our day our day comes. So take advantage of every day. He's motivated us through that accident, and a lot of you got to see clips of it on the Ryder Cup YouTube and in person. Some of you that he bounced back faster than anybody because his mentality was there. He's tough.
The go-to mentality is real. This was something we did when we were kids. Growing up in Pennsylvania, we have snow for half the year and it's cold. Sometimes we weren't the smartest kids, so we go to school without a hoodie. But if we had to walk home in a t-shirt, you told yourself, no, I'm not cold. It's the same concept. Yeah. And I did. Since the second I got hit by the car, called go to mentality, I told myself, nope, I'm fine. I'll get up and I'll walk and I'll be fine here soon. You can apply that to everyday life and everything, and just set your goals, set your path, and take it on.
Yep, love it. Well, that's no better time to call it on this episode. And Go to Mentality, every package, every shipment gets the Go to Mentality booklet, which Slingy's a part of, and me writing that is family to me, that we're part of that booklet. So if you don't have the Go to Mentality and you don't have the positivity in your life right now, we want hopefully this to encourage you. God's got you. We got you. You can hit us up. We have an email godisgood@goto.golf. Even if we don't know you and you're listening to this, send us an email. We'll be there for you. Pray for you. We'll call you, whatever's needed, because we got you. God's blessed us. We want to be a blessing to you all. If there's anything in your golf game, we got the best guys to do it too. So pick your head up. If you get knocked down, get back up. When you're down, know that that's not down. You're just getting ready to bounce back, and don't let anything defeat you. God's not going to let you go through anything you can't handle. God's not playing this puppet game of let me just put him through this, and then crush. It's all to make us stronger. All of it's like going to the gym. You got to go through some things. You pray for patience. You're going to get opportunities to be patient. You're not going to get patience. God giving you patience is not going to be, that's not the best answer. He'd rather give you stuff to make you resilient, to make you more patient, right? To prepare you to be the best you can be. So Go to Mentality was a big part of this. I appreciate that. The club stuff, you'll see in a month. We'll have to get back together, and you'll hear the updates in a month. Yeah. Go follow Goated Customs. Go download the Goated Golf app. Like and subscribe and share these podcasts, please. We love you. We thank you. Thank you for being on the show. Slingy Stress. We'll see you next time.